Welcome to the FOH podcast. DJ Big Luck on the panel as always, how we do it here. It is Motivational Monday. So let me put it up on the screen in case you're new to this. We are on episode 11. What's up, y'all?
What's cracking?
What's happening?
It's Motivational Monday. Before we get into all of the crazy episode 11. What's up, y'all?
What's
got
cracking?
some delaying going on over here. Before we get into this madness that continues to ensue, this is 2020, a year unlike no other. Out this mother.
Yes, sir.
Man.
But you know, we're strong. We've been through worse. We always bounce back. There's always more to us. More to discover. So here we are, trying to avoid the electoral shit storm that has invaded America. Who do y'all think is going to be able to stick with us? And who's going to have to get the fuck out of here before we get started? What y'all think?
Well, that could be a few people, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think bitches who talk to spirits need to get the fuck up out of here.
Hey, some people talk to
They need to stop dipping their new, as we say on the east side, stop dipping their Newports.
Well, you know, we're gonna get into a little bit of that.
I was about to say something on that Newport.
I can't just throw everybody out.
Not everybody.
Only one solitary person. So maybe we'll hold that. We're gonna hold that one, y'all.
Right.
But we is gonna get into this. It is time for Trippy Timelines. You know, when we get into this segment, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we usually talk about the crazy shit happening all over your social media that you just can't get away from. You know? Right now, Gucci and Jeezy, right? So the story was, if y'all didn't hear, basically when Verzuz went to Jeezy before T.I. called him out, he said that, you know, they was like, what's up? You know, you want to do the verses? We think it's time for you, you know? And Jeezy was like, well, I would only do it with one person. And so Swiss was like, who? And he said, Gucci Mane. You know, recently he was talking to, yeah. Recently, you know, that's a big deal with the history that they have. You know, I think it would be major for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, you know, he told Swiss, reach out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know they just need to sit down and chop it up. It ain't on that beef level shit no more, especially where they are in their careers. They both obviously seem like they're two different individuals than they were coming into the game. But, you know, maybe Gucci was like, he ain't into the versus thing, you know, because Swiss called Jeezy back, you know what I mean? And he was like, you know, he respectfully declined. Yeah. So and he said basically when he got off the phone with Swiss about 3 minutes later on the internet, basically T.I. was calling him out. So that's how the T.I. Jeezy thing popped off. Kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Very. What a coincidence.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Something make you go,
Yeah, something make you go, So that was Verzuz. It's a lot of crazy shit going on with Verzuz. I want to see Dr. Dre versus Diddy.
Who?
Dr. Dre versus Diddy.
Woo!
Yeah, they can play Tupac and Biggie shit. And they can,
oh man!
I mean, that would be the dopest versus.
Yeah,
ever.
exactly. Yeah.
You couldn't put Beyonce with somebody to top that motherfucker. I mean, the whole world would be watching that shit right there. Dr. Dre be playing NWA shit.
But say if that happens,
He be playing shit from the original Chronic album and shit.
who do you think will win?
Yeah, I don't think nobody got more hits than Dr. Dre, bro. Not when it comes to that era. You
I
gotta
think
understand what
Diddy
era he started out
got
in.
a hell of a catalog, but we obviously know that Dre would have won that one. And I think Diddy would agree.
I mean, he'd keep up.
Look, I'm gonna tell you how serious the shit was.
Okay.
You know how they used to throw the little school functions where they play the music? Well, they was playing Dope Man when I was in 9th grade at a high school function, and they wasn't playing the radio version either. And the school let that shit play.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the DJ was spinning, and he spit that shit.
You know. Hey, man.
Dope,
it's a little different. I remember I went to college out in Texas, out in Dallas, Texas. And I don't know what the fuck was going on. You know, that's why they say you really need to travel and get out and shit like that, because my mind was blown 10,000 times in my experience at that college in so many ways. But I was at a party, you know, college party and shit, popping. And the DJ, I mean, it was pop. It's different though in Texas. It's different. You know, I don't know how it is now, but when I was out there, the women be on one side and all of men on the other side, and they all got their own. They all got a thing they do. Say what?
They're being wallflowers.
Okay.
Oh, they was doing their shit.
Nah, that's not what it was. Okay. They was dancing.
They were dancing.
Yeah, they had like damn near it looked like a fraternity thing, like they was doing, but really that's just, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like how it is now out here, I guess.
Wait a minute. So
from the era of the chicken head dance and shit, and girls start dancing by themselves and shit.
Females on one side, males on one side.
Yeah, and they like, it's like a big ass battle or something. But I don't fucking know how to explain it. That's the reason why my ass had to travel so that I could experience shit like that and think about it forever and never even understand it and talk about it on this show. Yeah, there you have it. Texas for you. But like I was saying, the DJ got it popping in there, and he played it's like this, is like that, it's like this, and
right.
You know, the Dre Day shit. And everybody started booing.
What?
Everybody. Boo, they were throwing shit at the DJ and shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. What's this? It must have been about 15 minutes later, and he played some Snoop Dogg shit. I forget what it was at the time, but they booed. They went crazy again.
Oh, they didn't like that West Coast.
Somebody in the chat maybe might know. If anybody in the chat from Texas or whatever, if you watching this, get in the comments, because by the time you see this shit, I still won't know. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it was something going on.
Well, I know what it is, bro. And I can tell you, it's kind of like this. When New York invented it, or they take credit for inventing it, which they do. And when the West Coast started doing their thing, they had no respect for the West Coast. Well, it was even deeper in the South, you know. And so as the East Coast looked at the West Coast, as these Jerry Curl niggas can't rap, they both looked at the South like these country niggas can't rap. And it was harder for the South to break their records. So when you play certain shit at these functions, and if it wasn't DJ Screw, you know what I'm saying, playing somebody from the South shit, then you was going to get that reaction. You know what I'm saying? But it was the same thing over in New York. If you played some West Coast shit in New York in the early days, you got your shit booed. Like nobody was fucking with it.
I was just surprised
it's the same shit
in the South.
You know.
I was in the car with this one cat. Took me back and forth to the airport and shit before I had got my whip out there.
All right.
And we was doing the top 5. Who your top 5? His top 5 sounded crazy to me. You know what? I thought it was like Tupac and, you know. His top 5, he started with, at the time, I was a fan, but I would have never put him in my top 5. But he said, no, the dopest rapper ever to exist is Mystical. I was like, damn, that's some different shit. I never would have thought nobody would have said something like that. This is back when it wasn't traditional to replace certain people in that top 5 unless you just had a very old school kind of top 5, like you know, your shit start with Rakim, like that shit was respected in the motherfucker too.
Exactly.
But yeah, I had never heard that one at the time. Yeah. But shit. That's the verses and shit and shit going on over there. I'm gonna start like this, y'all, because all over the news, all over the social media, is King Von. I don't know, maybe you don't know what the hell is going on. King Von, he was one of 5 people that was shot on the 6th of November outside Atlanta's hookah lounge called Monaco.
Yes.
Okay, in the early morning hours, following a dispute allegedly with Quando Rondo's crew, right? So that's supposedly the facts for now. He was taken to Grady Hospital in critical condition. Everybody all through the night was, you know, praying for him and everything. And ultimately, he did not make it. I guess Atlanta police also reportedly arrested 22-year-old Timothy Leaks. Allegedly, the person that everybody sees in the video looks like he's taking the shot. They basically say the case closed as far as that. They're not looking for nobody else on that. Timothy Leaks is being charged. So that's what's been going on. Also, there's been a lot going on behind it. A lot of people have been making statements. Celebrities, his loved ones, a lot of people going back and forth, shit like that. The shit's deep because of Chicago, right? Chicago wars. This shit happens in Atlanta because Atlanta is, you know, where everybody go and get down with the music and shit like that. But the Chicago shit is deep. You know, all the OGs from the 2 different hoods, you know, they ain't around. So this new generation, basically the drill generation, you know, with Chief Keef and all that, is basically what we've been seeing. And they just doing whatever they do. And it's mostly just chopping and blowing. Blowing is what they call it. We call blowing smoking weed. They call it smoking human beings. So the music really drummed it up, especially on the Chief Keef and them side, because they got a hold on the industry. The other dude, they just killed him. He was the OG from the other side. He was the first person to really get a hold on the music. He was just getting ready to sign a deal. I believe his name was Duck.
Just banging the wax.
Yes, it's heavy. So here's Asian Doll. She's the late King Von's, you know, ex, back and forth girlfriend, friend. She was very emotional. She was emotional roller coaster, as you would expect. But she had a lot to say as far as like how she felt the shit went down. You know what I mean? It wasn't right. People wasn't there that was supposed to be there. They let this happen to him. Among other things. I'm gonna let her speak so y'all can see.
What y'all saying that he said, like that ain't even shit. I'm thinking he really running his mouth, because everything he said, that ain't shit. Nobody was there. None of us was there. Nobody was there. We saw it. Everybody saw it. Why the fuck do you feel like you gotta come at the girlfriend? Everybody says something about y'all. The whole fucking world says something about y'all, not just me. Not just fucking me. Talking about some motherfucking clout. Man, stop playing with me. This whole situation, I've been staying strong. Everybody around, it's been okay. But just seeing how devastating it is to them, like, you know, it just inspired me to stay strong. I was finna do niggas in, like, I was finna really do niggas in and like, I was finna do niggas the fuck in. Oh, my mama, don't ever fucking play with me, especially not me. Don't ever play with me. Don't ever play with me or disrespect me. Cause y'all know what's up with me. Y'all already know what's up with me. Y'all know how I was coming behind him. Y'all know that shit. Anyways, I'm surprised too. Like, who the fuck wanna go through some shit like this? Who wanna see they nigga get killed on camera and people run? Like, who wanna see that shit? Don't nobody wanna see that shit. Don't nobody wanna get on this bitch crying. But stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me. My loyalty when it came to him, y'all knew I wasn't. Y'all was down with that shit. Y'all. It made y'all so happy to see me and that nigga. Stop fucking playing. He didn't leave with no animosity towards me. Y'all seen what that boy said. He said, long as Asia happy, I'm happy. And that's the type of nigga that I had for him, his family. I'm gonna be there for whoever. And I would have never left his side. And everything happened for a reason because I'm alive and I'm here to speak the fucking truth. And you niggas need to shut the fuck up. If y'all ain't gonna go step or do something, stop coming for me. Go do something. Stop trying to put pieces together and say what started the beef. Stop fucking playing because y'all know. And I'm not even really like, bro, I don't know, negative shit. Like, I'm really like thinking positive still, but it's just simple fact, like, gang, you out of all people track, you gonna go live with this nigga academics gang. Like, you really gonna do that shit? We saw what happened. Fuck one angle, fuck the next angle. Everybody saw.
Whoa. She on one, okay? She say
3 and 4.
She say she heard he came, he told her the last words, or however she said, and y'all niggas said his last words was, y'all let them niggas get up on me, stop crying, y'all let them niggas get me. That shit shook the internet because everybody was wondering how in the hell would she know that. And you know, she wasn't there. So King Von's manager comes to academics. I don't even know how from Chicago work with academics in any facet, because it seemed like he was just hella Chicago gang troll for the longest damn time. But either way,
completely false. First of all, no disrespect to Asian Doll, and we spoke this morning because I seen some of the tweets and some of the stuff, and I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, bro, I know you mourning and you hurt like everybody else, but you need to slow down because one, you wasn't there. So how can you make assumption and accuse guys of doing this and that? And the last words that she's talking about, and it's in a text message, and I can show you. She's talking to Von through her spiritual advisor from after death.
Wait. So this is what she tweeted. She tweeted, Von's last word was, y'all let them niggas get up on me. Stop crying. Y'all let them get me. As if Von was talking to his homie saying,
hold on, Ak, I'm gonna show you right now. I got it right here. Bro. This is a Asian Doll, right?
Yeah.
It's clear.
Yeah.
Her text message clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, I talked to Von on a spiritual level with a spirit reader, and he's letting shit be known. He's talking for sure, and he feel y'all shouldn't let him he feel y'all shouldn't let them get him. Facts. So you talking to the dead now, Asian Doll. So Von on the afterlife is telling Asian Doll these facts, guys. The same tweet you guys seen, oh, he called, y'all let the guys get me, get all the O-block chains. He called, y'all let the guys get me, get all the O-block chains.
Hey, let me
from the afterlife with a spiritual reader. And I don't know if you've seen the messages. I'm not making them up, bro.
No.
Let y'all marinate on that shit a little bit.
Talking to ghosts.
Well, you know, I think the girl in her feelings, shit sound like normal street shit to me. You hurt, you want somebody to go do something, so you want to make them feel responsible and like a punk, you know what I'm saying? So that you retaliate faster, you know what I'm saying? You know, she emotional.
Yeah.
That's more than emotional. That's she about to hit that mental state and just go off
It's
the
trauma.
deep end.
It's trauma. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
It's a lot of traumatized eyes. I'm not even going to try it. It's a lot of trauma going around in Chicago, especially in them neighborhoods. And it's very sad. It's kind of crazy that when you get a school shooter, somebody shoot up a church, you know, somebody blow up a hospital and shit like that, you know. Well, you know, they suffer from trauma because they had a bad mother, had a real fucked up dad, and
That wasn't there.
no, he just had a fucked up dad, and so he was frustrated with his country and decided to blow up the building. It get excused every damn time,
Well,
but when you from the inner city,
well,
you don't get that kind of leniency. You just a fucking serial killer.
Menace.
Big Luck, what do you think about that?
well, for one, that is a stereotype, honestly. My mother or father wasn't in the picture with me growing up like that. They wasn't, you know. I grew up in foster care and in the system. So it was rough, you know what I'm saying? But I don't blame my problems on them, you know,
Right.
because at the end of the day, you can pick yourself up from any situation and get out of it if you choose to. But if you keep making up excuses on why you can't do it this way or why you can't do it that way, then you're never going to get out the rut that you're in. You're not, you know. So I've been dealing with that all my life with people saying, oh, you can't do this or you can't accomplish that or this and that. And it's not true. I feel like whatever situation you put yourself in, you could be man enough or woman enough to get yourself out that situation if you truly want to. So, I mean, honestly, hell, you know, you talking about Chicago, we talking about South Central. I grew up in the era of crack and gang banging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where if you walk down the wrong, if you even had a strip of the wrong color on, you know what I'm saying? They was asking you where you was from. And even if you came up with some type of excuse that, no, I don't bang, or I'm not from nowhere, the first thing fool would say was, where your mama stay? You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, honestly, it's survival, and I understand. But if you really want to survive, there's a better way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of shit could be avoided. You know what I'm saying? If you just put your mind to it.
That brings me to this video that I want to play. A lot of people, like I said, pouring in from the internet, a lot of love. Shit. I'm going to get into the other part of that, but I'm going to just say for now, a lot of love. And even some people with the older crowd, right? People been in the industry a long time. Even they had a lot to say. So I want to play some of that. This is Gilly, the kids post after he heard about King Von's death.
When you come from the situations that I come from, when you coming from these motherfucking inner cities, man, these fucking jungles, man, and God put a blessing on you, God make you one of the chosen ones. Out of all these motherfuckers, I'm gonna make you one of the chosen ones. Wham. Wham. I'm gonna make you the one that's gonna change your whole fucking family situation out here. You gonna change some of the niggas that's around you situation. You gonna change your kids situation. We gotta understand that we got a bigger purpose, man. We gotta understand that we got a bigger calling in life, man. Because everybody don't get them fucking blessings. Everybody don't get that talent dropped on them. So when you get them fucking blessings, man, you gotta take advantage of your blessings, man. You gotta understand that niggas don't want you to win out this motherfucker, man. Niggas don't want you to win. XXX was winning. We took him. Pop Smoke was winning. We took him. Nipsey Hussle was winning. We took him. King Von was winning. We took him. Niggas don't want you to win out this bitch. Understand that. So you gotta understand what you the fuck up against, man. When God put them blessings on you, man, take advantage, man. Understand that you want to be an old nigga, man. You don't want to be no young nigga who got that rest in peace tag on you, man. All these niggas gonna do is post you on Instagram, wear a couple motherfucking t-shirts, a couple hoodies, man. Every time your birthday come around, they gonna post you, I'm missing you, bro, man. Fuck all that shit, man. You want to be out here, man, watching your kids graduate high school, man. You want to be out here watching your kids go to kindergarten, watching your kids go to college, watching your kids do real shit out here, man. So all you young niggas who think it's cool to be in the game, to think it's cool, dog, don't.
He hit it hard on the note.
He kicked a lot of knowledge in that video.
Yeah,
It's
he did.
very special. It's unfortunate that, stupid mother people go on the internet and try to discredit him, point out his errors and mistakes and shit like that. And listen, you can discredit the messenger, but you cannot discredit the message, even when it's coming from somebody that you might feel is, imperfect. He that is without sin, right? You have to respect the message because this person, you look at them that way for a reason, right? So they're letting you know in their moment of clarity a way to avoid having to carry the burdens that they carry because of the mistakes that they've made. So you can't look at the person who's downtrodden or the person who has a rotten past and just say, fuck the message. Messages come through all kinds of conduits. Respect the message. I hope the youth get the shit. We've all been youth, especially in the inner city. It is beyond tantalizing or it's beyond just this magnetism. It's kind of a way of life that it's the only thing that I've seen people come out of it, right? Turn into an entirely different person, brought back into it, life in prison. Just like that. You may never understand it if you cannot relate, but you do have to recognize that the circumstances, even if you've lived similar to them, you aren't them. Okay? You're not them. People made differently. And in that vein, I just want to say, maybe this is why, it's a good reason why you have someone like Gilly from Philly to say shit like this in these moments. Well, you have fucking, Tekashi turning it into a clout chasing moment, where he's disrespecting the dead and all this type of shit, try to get to Lil Durk and turn this into something. He said to Lil Durk, you still making songs or something like that, you need to go and pick up a gun. These are the kind of people. Okay. I don't even have to tell you. That's the reason why we had that conversation in episode 10. The people in this culture. Right? So once again, for Tekashi, he can get thee.
Fuck out of here.
It's Motivational Monday, y'all. That's why it sounds motivating. This is a time and a period in the culture to use as a moment to uplift and guide. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick. I'm sick of this shit now. You know what I'm saying? The gang culture has become the COVID-20. The shit is the original one. You know what I'm saying? It's in Canada now because Drake, he act like he that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because people let him. It's a beneficial to him. Bring him in and hug him and get some money and opportunity and shit. So Drake's on this gigantic fucking 10 times size Madonna platform in the 80s and shit. And he's proliferating this ism. You know what I'm saying? This thugness that we truly live. You know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing about that shit. But he in his song saying he'll catch a body on your ass and all this type of shit. And so while we living in it, we living that shit out. It's not the same thing as an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he's shooting up the police and shit. That shit don't inspire nobody to want to go and do some shit like that. It's the imagery of the person who came from the bottom and now he's here making this shit go to Canada. So now Canada has these communities where these, their King Vons and shit rising up, dissing each other and all that shit we seen between Chief Keef and the Joe and all that type of shit. It's happening in Canada. It's practically going to spread to every black community all over the damn world as far as the music can get. And recently Spotify, and Facebook Apple are making a major push for the African continent. And, this shit is just going to go beyond. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said this is as leaders of this shit, this is that moment. I feel. Fuck you if you don't agree, As a matter of fact, if you don't agree, you can get
fuck out of here.
We need fucking peace. Sick of this shit.
This really go for all the people who watch our culture and be trying to call Chicago niggas bitches for all the shooting we doing and not. Y'all clearly seen folks was putting hands on that nigga, beating the fuck out of him. Like, beat his ass. Von a skinny nigga. He really put hands on him and you see what happened. So I just want everybody to look at this shit and understand Chicago's point of view from the culture. My first time ever getting shot at, it was from me breaking a nigga jaw. Niggas coming to my school every day trying to kill me over fist fights. My homie just got took out his glow over a fist fight. Just see where we coming from. Like, see where we coming from. That's it. That's all I'm saying. To say this, that this whole generation fucked up. Niggas can't take ass whoopings. Niggas get their ass beat. Nigga come blowing. If Nick Folks and them would have been blowing from the jump, if that was what it was, folks use hands. So that's all I'm saying. Don't.
You know what? How old is he? About what? 25 at the oldest, maybe.
Probably.
Now, I'm 51, and I know luck. I've seen it where niggas go fight with their hands, come back to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? You fight with your hands, you guys might wind up being friends all of a sudden. Now, we've been saying this for years. Y'all don't need to take a gun to a fight. Just use your hands. What's the problem with using your hand? You're afraid of an ass whooping? Is that what it is? you're embarrassed to get an ass whipping, get the fuck out of here with that. It's stupid. So you go kill somebody just because they whooped your brother's ass or they whooped your ass or whatever the case may be. But all this other shit talking about I'm gonna shoot you because you whooped my ass is all out of whack. It's old. And I mean he's got a good message, but we've been talking this shit for years and years and years. We're even saying stop killing ourselves, and niggas still don't want to listen. So I mean, what's it gonna take for us to recognize the real? We have to be extinct. We're already extinct.
I honestly believe a lot of that shit, like you said, from the standpoint of, you know, what will it take? Goodness gracious, you know, it's going to take somebody who was really, really about that life. Okay. So much that they ready to go where everybody eventually goes, that outgrows it and survives it. Those who survive it are like Gilly in that moment. But we need somebody that age with pull like that, or a platform like a Drake, who's willing to risk it and do it in a real way. You got to speak with the voice that the people recognize.
Right.
Because even when T.I. was doing that, right? Shortly after T.I. got out of prison, he did a lot of like Ferguson type videos and shit like that, I remember. And, you know, at that point in time, he was a free agent and all this shit. He didn't have that stage like he has again. Right. But now he's at a different level, different age. You don't have the same crowd anymore. The one that matters when it comes to this kind of shit. We talking about, I was looking at, you know, a lot of what's going on in this beef and all that going out there. It was a 15, 16-year-old girl who was, you know, one of the biggest hitters. 15 murders or something like that, they were saying.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, so they real little going into this, and she just kind of peeped game and was like, you know, this is what I'm gonna be. I'll show y'all how to. She was just out there blowing.
Well, and it's crazy. The crazy thing about that, bro, is it's the same thing in war. I remember how a friend of mine who was a Vietnam vet said that the soldiers were getting younger every day. Kids was out there killing grown men like it was nothing. You know what I mean? So what's the difference in the culture now where the older are dying and the younger are coming in taking over? Because that's all they know. That's all they was taught. You know, it's a deep stigma, bro, where even people out here and other places start gang banging at a young age because they don't know any better.
So I don't know. If you guys are watching, I would love to see you in the chat. We in the chat right now. For sure. What's up, K Deuce? Ashley Hardy Show. Shout out. Thank y'all for watching the FOH podcast. We in here talking about King Von, the late, the Chicago gang culture, and, you know, kind of the modern day what's popping. You know, we was just looking at 600 Breezy. He was saying the man was fighting with his hands and then he got shot. And he was basically ultimately saying this is the reason why it's mostly a lot of shooting out here, because when you fight, you just end up getting shot.
Yeah.
So honestly, where you want to start your question would be, or the solution would begin at stopping the fighting, period. Like, what the fuck are we fighting for, period? We know how it went, Crips and Bloods, South Central Los Angeles, and how it's going, you know, but we know how it started, right? So it's kind of like, it's shit nobody don't ever want to forgive, because it's constantly a killing every other day, and over there, damn, it's It's a lot of killings every day. So it's very difficult to stop and say, basically, we're going to let these go. I think that's probably the central difficulty in beginning peace, is at some point you have to say, okay, that's where it ends. We're not going to retaliate for that. And then the other side, having had the last say, being humble enough to say, we apologize, y'all apologize, that was it, no more for the future. Because for them, they're going to have to live in pain, because it's very difficult to let some shit like that go. Family member, close, your gang, your homies, and all that you grew up with. It's very difficult. That's hella hard. So they have to live in this and suffer and make that sacrifice for the younger generations, for them to be around to tell them no. When they come in the house and say, what's the name from across the way did this to me, so I'm gonna do this, and they have to tell them we don't do that no more. That's very difficult. That's why I say it's gonna take a strong young generation willing to follow the leader who speaks that real shit, who's ready to go ahead and lay it all on the line, their life and everything. Because usually when that happens, it's a Martin Luther King, it's a JFK. Okay, usually when that happens, you're not gonna live to see the seed that you planted.
Right.
But your job was to make that sacrifice and be that seed, you know. So anybody out there listening, and I don't know, Tupac said that was his shit. He knew he wasn't gonna be the seed. He was just gonna sow it. He just wanted to light up one person's mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's heavy. I feel it. I didn't even know him like that at all. But that's why I said this is just one of them things, like what we having in this country right now as a whole, dealing with politics and racial issues in America, from immigration and Latinos, Hispanics, blacks, whites. You know, it's just one of them moments. Gender equality and all this shit. You know, it's a hell of a time in America to take this, you know, this fucked up position and this fucked up history and mend it and heal it and fix it so that nobody else got to experience it. That's the fight. You know, this is where we are. And it's a special thing for me to watch and see people like Gilly, and T.I. had made a statement. I wanted to get to that. T.I. basically said, Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with black excellence. We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That shit is played out. Handle your beefs in your city. Thanks in advance. Now, somebody hit him on Twitter saying, you know, who you talking about? Quando Rondo? He from Georgia. And he said T.I.'s response was basically, you know, you talking about, bruh, I didn't name any names. So I don't know. Atlanta, to me, in his credit, has a lot of murder. Like what he said,
they do.
It's some real shit. They have this progressive thing going on. They've been having it for a very long time, but they blowing out there in Atlanta as well. And he might have been talking about the other day. They don't know if it was in response to police say to the King Von murder and everything, but the following day at this spot, there were two mass shootings. One of them was officer involved, and the officer, the chief, said that's the 82nd police involved shooting this year. So it's popping in Atlanta as well, and he might not have been talking about that situation, I don't know if y'all know who Quando Rondo is and all that type of shit. All of that shit is alleged. You know, if I had the facts, I would lay them out. Probably not. Probably if it sounded like some dry snitching shit, I wouldn't have said anything about it. Fact. So I'm just telling y'all what's going on and where we are in the discussion of this stuff. I hope that we can make a change. It seems like they've created a bridge that didn't seem to exist during the Migos' reign, right? It seems during that time, Lil Yachty fighting with Ebro. He called him old man. Ebro changes Twitter to fucking Ebro to old man Ebro, some shit like that. You know, there's a lot of age beef. You know, either way, it seems like it's a lot of love going back and forth. Gilly said the young man was supposed to come on his show. I seen Snoop shout him out. A lot of people, a lot of legends and G's. You seen Gilly give his heartfelt statement and shit. He was screaming and yelling. He really means exactly what the hell he was saying. So, you know, Asian Doll, she even said, in between all the chaotic shit I heard it. I recognized when she was screaming, y'all ain't doing shit. She said, and she took a moment and she said, you know, really, I'm on some positive shit. Basically saying, I really don't want, I don't know, maybe she was covering her ass for the police. But seemed like there was a moment. That's all it takes. What y'all been seeing on y'all timeline?
Mine is pretty bland.
Political shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of political stuff, and I'm tired of it now. 45 is out. And
Yeah, I'm over it too.
So I'm done.
Ashley Hardy Show says, what are your conversations with your sons? What will you tell your young sons about this situation and these situations? What would y'all say?
Well, my son's so political right now. He's 25 years old, so yeah. We've had our discussions
as
when
far
he
as
was, so he already know he's strapped as we speak. I mean, but he's only strapped through the political issues, and
I see what you're saying.
I'll try to make him recognize what the difference is between the radicals and everything that's going on right now, and what the reality side of everything as far as like us beefing with each other and stuff like that. So I don't know if he's experienced from what I've saw, he has not experienced the reality side of gangs and stuff like that, or being
that's good.
Confronted, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I've
Right.
seen, or as far as what he's told me or not told me.
You ever tell him anything as a measure of prevention?
Oh yeah, plenty. I mean,
Yeah.
there's ways of doing it. It just depends on the situation you get into.
I got you. Yeah. Right.
Because I've given my experience, a couple of my experiences, and
Yeah.
how I got out of some things, and some things I didn't get out of.
Circumstantial advice and shit.
Exactly.
Big Luck, what do you tell your son? Your son is how old?
Well, for one, I'm always on him about his education, for one. And I show him examples of where not having an education will lead you. You know, having wisdom, having respect, you know what I mean? And always keeping it real, not holding back. I try to instill these things in him so that way his life won't be as tough as mine was growing up. So I just basically try to break the chains. Like, you don't want to be an ex-knucklehead. You don't want to have those problems following you when you're growing up,
You
because
tell him about
they'll
King
follow you
Von.
for a long time. So
You tell him about King Von and all the shit going on in Chicago.
I try to keep certain things from him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he sees a lot, already.
Yeah.
On TV and things of that nature. So I try to stir him in a positive path. So that's why he won't see it. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna bump into it, But being a black man in this day and age, especially me being a big guy and my son being a big guy, I don't want him to make that mistake and he end up dead behind that situation.
Yeah.
So I try to shield him, but I try to teach him at the same time what to watch out for and to be careful.
Okay. Well,
so I'm always in his ear and on his ass.
If you're watching, you can chime in and get on this show with us. We want to talk to you if you want to talk about it. That's what we're here for. We're not going to kick you out, even though this is the Fuck Out of Here podcast. Come on and join in. It's Motivational Monday. Let me throw it back up on the screen.
Yes, please.
Because we're about to tell a few stories. Help keep you motivated out there. You know what I'm saying? Beyond what we've been talking about. I do have a Motivational Monday story. It's been so long, I was thinking about it. I was just putting a note in my phone and shit. Like I need to read my own damn story or something. But yes, when I was in high school, I ran the marathon. Sure did. Hardest shit ever. Outside of drive-bys and shit like that. But on some real shit. Ran the marathon. It tested me at many levels. When the race started, it was raining, pouring down. Crazy. It's almost like, a movie. But rain is not good for marathons, right? Especially when it was unexpected. And I'm standing here with fucking shorts on and a jersey as thin as paper.
Right.
Not to weigh me down or hold the wind and let me be sleek and get a good time and shit. Wind blowing hard than a bastard. It was like it was bad. Okay. So about halfway point, 13 miles, I sat my ass down. I said, I'm sick. I'm sick, Bert. I'm sick. I was mad as shit because my halfway point time was like, you have to look at it on the internet. It's on the internet. Either way, I said, fuck that. You got to keep going. The sun came out. It made me say it's time to go. Fuck this sick shit. And I started running again. Every mile felt like fucking 10 miles. You look up, you're like, damn. I thought I went 8 miles. Because eventually you start looking everywhere else, looking at the ground and shit like that. And you start to go blank. Tears start coming out your eyes. All your muscles cramp the fuck up. You can't breathe. Your lungs burn.
Start cramping.
You get weird shit like your toes tingle at the front. It's painful. You got to put Vaseline on your nipples so the shirt don't chafe. You hate to quit the marathon because your nipples burning. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy shit you would never think. Your head start feeling like it's too heavy for your neck. You're sweating.
You want to pass
you stop sweating under your arms. You start sweating down the back of your head and under your feet.
Stop and lay down. Call it
water don't even work no more. Either way, I'm just embellishing. But I get to about mile 16, right? I said, nigga, you is completely sick. You got the pneumonia upon you. You know what I'm saying? This it. This it for you. You out of here, right? I done went through all the muscle spasms and cramps you can imagine, right? And so I run into a Winchell's. I ran off the shit and everything, through the crowd, fuck the camera, get out the way. Went in the Winchell's, sat my ass down, and they came bringing me blankets and hot tea and shit. I said, fuck that, you can't give up. I ran outside, I'm running down the street, and I laid my ass down right on the ground. I said, nah, this it for you. So the people called 911. I'm like, damn, I made it to mile 16, right? I hear the ambulance. After about 5 minutes, I hear the ambulance. I got on this old lady sweater she gave me. I got a cup of hot water and shit. I said, no. I'm not leaving this race in an ambulance. That's not going to be my fucking story. Kiss my ass. I started running. I threw the old lady sweater off. Mile 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Sick, dying. I felt like hell. My eyes, everything was red, like an 80s movie, robot, first person perspective. I couldn't hear shit. My ears was like I was underwater. It was fucked up. I'm trying to tell you, the marathon, you know, I was wondering why I'm just crying, but I'm not crying. It's just tears flowing out my eyes, like my eyes was broken. And, but I got this second wind. It was like I could run forever. I felt like the Forrest Gump scene and shit. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I got infinite muscle strength. My breathing, it was infinite. Damn. It's like I became a fucking machine. You know? It just shed all the pain. And now it's just a mental thing. Can you keep doing this for another 5 miles? You know what I'm saying? I got all the way to mile 26 and I could see the finish line. I sprinted that motherfucker. I probably passed about 80 people between the end of the last mile and the finish line. I blew past a gang of people. They were screaming, you know. And I passed the finish line, and hey, my time, it was terrible because of the several stops that I had made compared to where I was on the halfway point. The last half wasn't that great. But what I learned is it's not about the finish time. All it's about is the finish line. That's all that matters. So in your journey, in your struggle, in your life's marathon, you have to recognize sometime you're going to get sick. You're going to sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like fucking giving up. This is it. You're going to feel like you can't possibly go any further. And then all of a sudden you're going to get this incredible strength, right? It just come out of nowhere because it's kind of like a bonus gift. Like you're in a video game and you get to a certain level and you damn near ain't got no energy left. And because you made it to that level, it replenishes your ass. Okay? It tells you it wants you to win this game. You know? It pull for you. So just recognize if you just keep going, shit get better.
Love it.
That's my Motivational Monday story. It's profit.
No doubt.
If you're just tuning into the show, it's Motivational Monday. The show is 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We kick a motherfucker out. We bring everybody else in, and we have a good time.
No doubt.
If anybody else got anything motivational that they want to add before we get out of here, this is the time.
No, sir. I think you spoke before everybody.
You had the best one.
With love, y'all. With love, with a whole lot of love. Been great, but we gotta go, and so you as well must get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.